Welcome everyone to Gaming for Immersion, and I'm going to tell a really short story here because this game, obviously, Songs of Conquest, this is one that I was in conversation with Immersioneer, the YouTube channel that is very similar to mine, who I just started playing a Baldur's Gate campaign with. If you haven't seen it yet, be sure to check it out. Anyway, he suggested a couple of different games that he thought might be fun to do multiplayer sometime, and one of them was this. And so I went to my Steam to add it to my wish list, and what I found out was, yeah, apparently I already owned it. Apparently somebody else had recommended this, or I saw maybe a review on YouTube or something, and it had made me decide to go ahead and buy it. So I already owned this game, and so I thought, well, you know, since I owned it, apparently sometime last year, and never had bothered to install it, I may as well give it a try. So I talked to him about it a little bit more. He said, yeah, just go ahead and, you know, play the first scenario or whatever. He suggested playing on not the very highest difficulty for my first time, which is probably a good idea. So I went ahead and started the very first campaign mission, whatever it's called, and played as far as one combat, so I knew what the heck I was doing. And then I thought, you know what? Maybe there might be some other people who are interested in this game as well. So I am actually going to go ahead and play this and record it, just in case there may be some other people out there who are interested in it as well. So this is going to be kind of a little bit of a not so much a let's play, but a let's learn this game together type of a thing. So anyway, let's go for it. I'm not going to start the one that I already started, so I'm just going to go back right into campaign. As you can see, I've not done anything other than having just barely started this first one. So here we are. This is the first song. I guess there are 4 different campaign perspectives, and they are referred to as the first, second, third, and fourth songs. So this is the Song of the Stoutheart. Cecilia Stoutheart, the young baroness of the barony of Stoutheart, must face enemies within and without to hold on to her power and protect her people. Stoutheart will stand. So, yep, let's do it. So, it's going to be, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess a little bit controversial in terms of the graphic style here. It's very much an old school graphic style. This is supposed to be the sort of spiritual successor to the old Heroes of Might and Magic games, which I played way back in the day, and that was long enough ago that I'd be willing to bet you that there's a lot of you out there who are completely unfamiliar with those games. But anyway, those were really great strategy fantasy games back in the day. So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how that carries over into this game. But you'll see what I mean in a minute. It uses sprite graphics, like I said, very old school, as opposed to the more polished, I don't want to call them photorealistic exactly, but the better graphics of today. But anyway, I'm rambling again. Let's go ahead and get into this. So Mission 1, a new baroness. In the year 593 AA, young Cecilia Stoutheart rose to baroness after the untimely death of her father. When ore shipments from Barkspur's rich mines go missing and rumors of bandits are brought to the new ruler, Cecilia leads a small force to investigate the missing resources and restore lawlessness to the barony. Difficulty, like I said, I'm going to do this on 1 below the maximum difficulty since I really have no idea what I'm doing. The one tip that I saw was try to get on the high ground during the battles. That's literally about the only thing that I know about this. Okay, start mission. Tip: while having the mouse cursor over one of your wielder's troops, press 1 through 9 to split that number of units off into a new troop slot. Okay, very interesting. Okay, so here's what we mean about the old school graphics. Cecilia Stoutheart, the new baroness of the barony of Stoutheart, was on her way to the quarries of Flint Hills. All shipments of stone from this region had stopped, and she was determined to find out why. She suspected an uprising of bandits and peasants and had already sent troops to the region to restore order. Okay, so this is us. This is Cecilia. Now, we have a couple of different things. Here's our sort of our portrait. We have a wielder sheet. So I guess we are referred to as a wielder. Cecilia Stoutheart, human commander. We got offense, defense, movement, and view radius. It says a wielder's offense is passed on and added to its troops. Melee offense and ranged offense. You can tell this is European rather than American because of the spelling of the word offense. We've got a specialization of order essence. This is sort of a magical capability thing. Here's our total troop modifiers. We'll get into more of this stuff as it becomes more relevant. Up here, we've actually got the troops that are with our army right now. So we have 5 rangers, which are ranged, bow and arrow. And we have 5 footmen who are melee, sword and shield, I believe. We have spells. And here we have different, what I would call schools of magic, although I guess here they're referred to as essence. So, and here's our character level. So if we look here at our spells, these are the different spells corresponding to the different essences, I guess. And order is the one that we are the best at. So these will be the spells we will get most often. When we have, it says we need 4 order essence to cast this spell. So this is a protection spell. At 5, we can cast a quicken. At 8, we can cast a pacify. This is a debuff of the enemy. And at 12, we can cast rally, which is I guess a really big buff. I might as well, since I have a creation here, I might as well look at these. We have insect swarm at 4. This is a direct damage spell, it looks like, and a little bit of a debuff to the target enemy. This is at 5. We can create 1 barrier on the battlefield with 10 hit points. At 7, this is a mist. Target friendly troop becomes unattackable, until it attacks or uses an ability. So that's maybe a way to save something important. And then we have acid cloud, which is a damage over time for as long as the enemy is standing inside or moving around within. Okay, and it says a hex radius of 1. Okay. All right, fair enough. So those appear to be the 2 schools of magic that we will be using here in the early going with this particular character. And all we do to move, I believe, is we just right click. I think if we hold down, so if we hold down the Alt key, we can see like landmarks that are worth going to. I don't know that there's any reason to go this way because it looks like our target is to head westward. So that's what we'll do. And we'll head over here to the gallows. It says source of knowledge. I don't remember exactly what this did last time. Maybe it does the same thing every time. Okay, it gave me some experience. That seems like the kind of thing that probably does the same thing every time. Aurelian milestone. Okay, this just gives us a little bit of additional movement. We have up here, tells us how much movement we have remaining this round, so we've used half of it. Those are the only 2 things in this area, so let's go ahead and head in this direction towards this dead commander as a source of riches. We cannot quite reach it, so I see no enemies around, nothing else other than him to examine. So we're going to end this turn with either E or enter or clicking, presumably. I will use E because my fingers are always over here on AWSD. Now we're going to go ahead and do Dead Commander. The Dead Commander wore stout heart colors and the distinctive signs of the Corvus Reserves. Stolen ore was one thing, but an uprising against stout heart troops was more serious. Yes, indeed. Okay, so this is no longer something minor. This is more of a major rebellion happening. So we have a choice here to either grab some gold off of him or a dagger. An old artifact is found on the body. It could prove useful in the time to come or sold for gold. Okay, well, this adds +1 to our offense. So if we take this and we look at our character sheet here, we can now see that we have a dagger equipped and our offense has gone from 5 to 6. And that again is added to all of our troops. At least that is my understanding. Okay, let's go ahead and continue on to the west here. We now have a looted cart. Got some more gold out of that. Okay, just keep going following down the road. I'm assuming that you have better movement staying on the road. I probably should have confirmed that, but it certainly makes sense. It certainly worked that way in Heroes of Might and Magic. Okay, so this is the end of our second turn, but we can see up ahead we have a tribute to creation. Creation is... Oh, I thought creation was one of these essences. Yep, it is right there. Okay, so it probably has something to do with that essence right there. And then we also have what looks like something over there, but it's either not anything or I'm not close enough to uncover it yet. Let's go ahead and end our turn. Let's go ahead and hit the... Some wounded soldiers appeared from the forest to snap to attention. This was Cecilia's Corvus reserves, and they had recently seen combat. Okay, interesting. Hail, Baroness, the Corvus reserves await your command. Well, that's good. I'm glad they're not attacking us. Lieutenant, you've seen some combat. What is the situation status of the mines? Our scouts detected hostiles about Milady. The gold mine to the south has been seized by rebels. We also encountered an unexpectedly well-armed force at Flint Hills to the west. We took heavy casualties and were forced to retreat. Okay, so Flint Hills is the marker of where we were headed. How well armed? These aren't peasants with tools and knives. They have crossbows and swords, and bannerless knights ride with them. Okay. There's no peasant uprising. Someone thinks me weak and seeks to take advantage of my father's death to steal more than a few shipments of ore. We must uphold the laws and show them the error of their ways. Gather the troops. We march for Flint Hills. Okay, and so we have some additional troops joining us here. 5 more footmen and 5 more rangers. I see no reason not to take everybody. We will close that. So our numbers doubled right up there. And apparently, I guess that's what was that symbol right there was all about. Now we'll hit the tribute to creation. Cecilia was no ordinary commander. She was a wielder and could draw upon the essence of her troops to weave mighty spells. Okay. So +1 creation essence for the duration of 1 battle. So we get +1 creation essence from troops, +1 creation essence from tribute to creation. And for order, we get +2 order essence from troops, +1 order essence from wielder specialization. So that would be this right here. Okay. Very, very good. All right. Down here now, we can see an old camp. We can see a waterfall. We can see the gold mine and the pile of gold. And we now have an optional quest here. Take back the gold mine. So that would be this. And we're going to do that. So let's go ahead and head towards this old camp. Okay, so soldiers are camped here. Their camp can be pillaged for gold, or the soldiers can be recruited when they return. Well, both thematically, Cecilia Stoutheart does not seem like the kind of person who would rob a bunch of soldiers of their money while they're not there. So we're going to go ahead and take the soldiers. 6 more rangers. Confirm. Okay. We now have a waterfall here, which we cannot reach this turn. So we're going to end our turn here. Now we'll hit the waterfall. Resting for a while by this waterfall invigorates the troops +3 movement for a duration of 2 rounds. Okay. Now we can see there's an enemy down here. Rebel militia. Threat level towards Cecilia is unknown. Okay, well, we're going to find out. So we've got 16 rangers, 10 footmen. We don't know how big of an enemy this is, but we're about to find out. Stand down. This mine belongs to the barony of Stoutheart. It belongs to me. We will do no such thing. You would be wise to go back to your castle and prepare for a storm. There's one coming, I gather. The only storm gathering here is me. Prepare yourselves. Okay. So you have the option to do quick battle. For anyone familiar with my channel, you know that I'm not going to do that. So, yeah, what I did in the one test run that I did is I found out that ranged troops are really good up on high ground, as was recommended to me. And then the melee troops are good to defend them. So that's going to be the strategy that I'm going to try to use here. We'll do manual battle. Okay. All right. So it looks like our footmen go first. if you hover over them, you can see the red dotted line is the maximum extent of their range. And then there's a solid red line, which has a different name. I forget exactly what, but anyway, that's where they do more damage or have a better chance to hit or something. And then they have these right around 1 hex around. I'm going to assume that that's like a zone of control. So anyway, these are militia. Okay, so militia, not as strong as our professional troops. So, and they can shoot as far as right to there. So I'm going to not move quite that far. It seems as though the ranged units do get a deduction from the amount of damage that they can do if they move and then fire in the same turn. I don't really know what this barrel there is for. I wonder if it's explosive. Anyway, so we're going to end our footmen turn here. We're going to see if they come towards us. And I think they did when I fought this before. Let's find out. Oh, well, first of all, though, we have our handy dandy trusty rangers. So if I hover over the target, it tells me how much damage I'm going to do with an estimate of how many units I will kill. 6 through 9, 6 through 9, 6 through 9. So it appears to not matter which of these three that we shoot at. These guys are the closest and presumably might be the most threatening in terms of moving forward and doing damage to us. So maybe that's an option. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll shoot them. Okay, so we did 7 points. Okay, so both of those moved and shot. He moved but did not shoot. Interesting. Okay. So now, let's take a look at our spells. We've got a Clouded Vision. Enemy ranged troop gets 50% deduction from range and 50% deadly range. Okay, so that solid red line, the one that goes up here to the barrel, but not as far as the dashed red line, that I believe is the deadly range. So that's an option. We could debuff one of them. We also have Quicken, which gives us +5 initiative and 1 troop movement for 1 troop turn. Okay, well that actually looks pretty good to me because we could only, with our melee troops, we could only get this far. But if I do Quicken and I select him, I believe I can go this far then. Let's verify that. Indeed we can, okay. So if we run up here and attack him, let's run up to here, to this spot, to do the attack instead of this spot. This way we've got them both in melee range. I guess I could also finish them off. Here it estimates that I would kill all 3 of them. Here it estimates that I would kill anywhere between 3 and 8. So that seems like it's overkill to kill those. Have no idea if I'm being intelligent about this or not, but this is what we're going to do. We're going to hit these guys. Okay, so we killed 5 units, whereas we would have only killed 3 before. Now here, 6 through 9. So here's what we're going to... Oh, he retaliated. Or did the other one attack? I kind of missed what... Militia retaliated against footmen for 9 damage, 1 died. So we dropped from 10 footmen down to 9. Okay. Got to remember that even the missile units can do that. Okay. So if he shoots down here, he can kill 6 through 9, or he could wipe out one or the other of these. Well, I'm going to go ahead and shoot down here. Okay, killed 7. Okay. We retaliated and killed that stack. Now we're going to try to kill this stack and hope that we don't lose another footman with their retaliation. Or, alternatively, they've got 5. What we could do... We could use... Let's try out the insect swarm. Well, that only is going to kill 1. Unless... Let me go back to this. If I attack here, 3 through 5. Okay. I can either boost my own defense, or I can do damage to them. I think I will... I'm going to try the insect swarm. Oops, except I guess you left click here. Okay, so we killed one. And there we go, we killed... Okay, so they don't retaliate if you wipe out the whole stack, okay. And then you shoot down here, this should do it. Okay. Alright. We lost one footman, I believe, in that battle. Yep, one footman, okay. That's acceptable, I suppose. Okay, and then we have, so when you level up, so we've reached a new level here. This tells us what our stats are. We can choose a skill. I don't know if this is always the same or not, but guard. So we're already level 1 guard. We could level it up to 2. Your troops gain an additional 10% of melee resistance. Order magic, which at the start of each battle round we would get 2 instead of what we're currently getting, which is 1. And command unlocks the ability to bring 4 troops with you in your army. Well, I gotta be honest. They all seem useful, but this, to be able to, like, increase the amount of troops that you can bring in the army, seems like the most useful. Now, we're not ready to fill up the 3rd yet, so maybe this is too soon to be taking this, but I don't know how long it's going to take us to level again, and I don't know how long it's going to take us to get more troops recruited. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. And now we still have some movement left here, 7.9 out of 15. So we're going to, let's gold mine, a source of riches. Let's click on that, take back the gold mine, okay? And then we're going to grab some gold, okay? So our money situation is now up to 1,700. If I hold down the Alt key, there is nothing else to do down here. So let's go ahead and start making our way back up this direction. It looks like we could visit this tribute to creation again, because you'll notice here it says visited, but here it doesn't say visited, which makes me think we could visit it again. And that would make sense because this gave us a buff that only lasted for 1 battle. So we'll do that. Let's go ahead and visit. Let's move to here. And then we'll visit this again. Yep, +1 creation essence, okay. And if I hold down the Alt key, it now says visited again. Okay, and just out of curiosity up there, these... So this is one that you could visit again as well, because that movement buff only lasted for a limited time. Alright, let's keep going in this direction. We can see an old battlefield and a tribute to order. Well, this is tribute to creation, so I think we can assume the tribute to order is going to do basically the same thing except for this essence instead of that one. But let's hit the old battlefield first. Okay, that's the end of this turn. Walking this old battlefield inspires caution, +20 defense, +10 offense, or I'm sorry, -10 offense for the duration of 1 battle. Okay. We've got a burnt building over here. But it looks like we have flames in between, and yeah, my marker here, my mouse pointer, is giving me the red X, which means I can't move there, presumably because the fire is in the way. So let's go ahead and click on this right here. This is Tribute to Order. +1 order essence for 1 battle. That's exactly what we expected. And we'll just keep going up this way. And we've now exhausted the extent of my knowledge of this game, so yeah, from here on out, this is all a blind playthrough. Okay. Large camp, source of power, let's visit it. Okay, a group of trained soldiers are camped here, awaiting orders. Well, we'll take 6 more rangers. Okay, so we had a maximum of 20 in that stack, so it overflowed into a new stack here, 20. Okay. Very good. And then we have another old... Was that an old camp also, or was that... I don't know where I can see the dialogue. I don't remember now what it was that we clicked on. Okay, old camp. Okay, soldiers camped here. Their camp can be pillaged for gold, or the soldiers can be recruited when they return. We'll take the footmen. So this is going to take us up to 15 footmen. Very nice. Now another large camp, okay. Up, can't get there this turn. Yeah, this is... I mean, I'm assuming this is not the only way to get more troops. I'm assuming that we're going to end up with a city at some point and we can recruit troops via that. But I don't know for sure. Okay, anyway, let's end this turn. Let's visit this large camp. 6 more footmen. So this is going to do the same thing. It's going to overflow into an extra 1 stack of 1 right there. Okay. An armor rack. Let's check that out. We got an archer's gambeson here. So that is going to give us +4 defense. Okay. Why is our offense... Oh, that's right. We suffered -10 offense from the old battlefield. Okay. Well, it's nice to know it can't go into the negatives. All right, we have a Shrine of Aurelia up here. So let's head up that way. Shrine of Aurelia and a treasure chest. Hundreds of years ago, the Empire of Aurelia spanned the known world. Statues of the Empress can still be found across Arleon, and many folk speak dreamingly of the golden years of Aurelia. Oh, okay. The old shrine grants powers in battles to come, +5 initiative, +1 troop movement. Well, that's really nice for one battle. Yeah, +2 initiative and a +2 troop movement. Definitely take that. And we can't quite reach this treasure chest. I don't really know, like, right now whether we're in a race against time. Like, if we should be hurrying up to get... Oh, that looks like another enemy right there, possibly. Somebody guarding the bridge. Alright, well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Bump. Okay. Plus 1,400 gold. Sure, why not? We've already visited everything else we can see, so let's go ahead and make our way down here. This is nothing special. Okay, this is a rebel roadblock, sure enough. Threat level towards Cecilia, unknown. Walk closer to find out more. Okay, that's as far as we can get this turn. Still unknown. Let's go ahead and end our turn. Okay, it looks like they're blocking us from getting over here as well. So, it does say that burnt building is a source of riches. Alright, well, here we go. I think this is going to be battle number 2, maybe. Barricades and a small force of armed peasants blocked the road west. Excuse me. You best be gone, young Stoutheart. Flint Hills are free lands now. Free? Free to be attacked by bandits and pillaged by other baronies? Who will protect the people? You? Why not? As you can see, we are quite well armed. Yeah, but they're peasants. I can see that, but I caution you to think carefully before your next actions. Put down your weapons, answer my questions, and I'll be merciful. Or stand unlawfully against me, and my sword will deliver justice. Now, who armed you? One of good intentions. I've seen Stoutheart mercy when the head of old Lord Hammond was sliced off his body, now turned back. So maybe Lord Hammond is a name to try to remember moving forward. It brings me no pleasure to turn my sword upon my subjects, but unlawful acts will not be tolerated. Stoutheart will stand. Okay, so we now have 4 units here. We have a little bit of high ground there. We got some high ground back here. I think... How do we want to do this? They've got troops here, here, and here. Let's go ahead and put our best group of rangers up there. Let's get you guys... Let's see here. You guys here. This is still slightly high ground, so yeah, we better not leave you there, though. We'll let the 20 defend the 20 and the 1 defend the 2. Okay. Let's try it. Okay, battle. Alright, so it looks like just militia again. And we have, again, won all of the initiative, so that's good. They can shoot as far as here. He can. So you can shoot a lot further, obviously, with high ground. I can see why it was recommended to get on the high ground. Okay. Yeah, these guys down here. Okay, so he's actually closer than this one, but this one can actually shoot farther because of the high ground. So that is good to know. All right, so this stack of 20 right here, we're going to move you up here, just out of the range of where he can shoot. And we could go ahead and do this, but since I don't know which of my troops they're going to shoot at, I'm not going to do this protection just yet, because it looks like I can only protect one target. Okay, so we're going to end our turn here. You are going to... I don't know whether he's going to be able to reach from there. Oh, yes, I do know. Look at that. If I hover over him, it shows me he can reach all the way out to here. There's only 2 of them, but a little bit of damage is better than none. And you, if I hover over you, you cannot reach anybody. Okay. Alright, that's good to know. I wish I had known that before I moved these guys right here. Alright, well, you know what? We're going to make mistakes sometimes. Let's go ahead and get you moved back to here. Ends your turn. You... outside range, outside range. Oh, no, I can reach you. Oh, I didn't even notice. Okay. He's out. It's outside my deadly range, but he's still in my normal range. So let's go ahead and shoot over here. Wait a minute. No, okay. I still want to save these because I don't need the extra movement, and it does not appear that I need the extra initiative either. Okay, we killed 7 of them. Very nice. And then you cannot shoot them, but you could shoot these guys. You're not likely to kill any of them, though. Well, go ahead and shoot them. You did kill 1. That's good. And they all moved forward. Oh, and he destroyed a barrier, I guess. Very interesting. Okay. So none of them got a shot off. That is good to know. All right. The spells that we have: Pacify, Clouded Vision. That might be worth doing on these guys right here, to reduce their range and their deadly range. Quicken. This is a +1 to movement, but an additional +1 is not enough to get us close enough to attack. Defense, and we do have this insect swarm again. 5 damage is not a ton of damage, quite frankly. So I'm more inclined to do the Clouded Vision here. Now, I'm assuming this is going to drop down from 4 to 1. Yep, that's exactly what happened. Okay. And yeah, now their range has been reduced precipitously. Okay. You are just going to stay where you are, I think. You are going to stay where you are. You look like you could wipe out that entire stack right there. Or you could do maybe a little bit more damage to this stack right here. The thing is, these guys have the high ground. Even so, I think it's worth it to kill more of them. Well, maybe not, though. He's got to move... He's got to move forward before he could shoot. These guys could stand still and shoot. Let's shoot them. Okay, now we have something called momentum that popped up. And I don't know what that means. Maybe I'll tell here in a second when I hover over here. Nope, I don't see any reference to momentum, so I don't know exactly what that does. Okay, we'll kill 0 through 1. Still, might as well. We killed 1. Okay, they still have not gotten a shot off on us. That's excellent. And now with you, now we could do... We're up to 13. I was going to say I could do the +1 troop movement. But actually, if I do this... This increases defense, melee offense, ranged offense, and spell damage resistance for all friendly troops. Or alternatively, is it better to do quicken? I think I need to do quicken because I want to get him close enough to be able to attack. So yeah, normally I'd like to do that, but in this case I think I'm just going to do this. That lets me move to here. 5 to 10. 6 through 16. Okay, why? Oh, low ground. Oh, that's high ground right there, so he's actually above me. Whereas these guys are on the same level as me. Okay, well, we'll attack here. Okay. We did good damage to them, but unfortunately not enough. And you, it doesn't matter if I give you additional movement, it's not gonna be enough. We could then go ahead and do this again. Or we could do pacify. Target enemy troop gets minus 25% damage. I have to assume that they're going to kill at least one of my footmen right here. I mean, I'm assuming that green bar is an indication of how much health the 20th man has. So, all right, let's go ahead and do a... let's do a pacify to him, or to him. He's got the benefit of being on higher ground, so I'm actually going to assume that he does more damage, even though there's fewer of him than in this stack. So let's hit them with the pacify. You can come running forward. You can shoot... Oh, 8 through 12. Or 8 through 10. Okay, since I've already pacified them, let's shoot these guys. Oh, he's down to just 1. Okay, I could finish them off. Or I can kill 1 through 2 here. I think we'll finish them off. Yep, he killed one of my footmen. I did the best I could. But I think I can live with a loss of 1 footman. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. +1 wood, +1 stone, 300 gold. No survivors remain, but sifting through the ashes, some resources are found. Okay, great. And is that everything over here? Looks like it. These I could revisit, but we'd have to go around the long way. So we're not going to do that. We're going to go this way. And we got a looted cart here. +900 gold. This is a road sign. Is that the same thing that we saw over here? No. Okay. Out of movement. Oh. Bannerless Knights. Threat level towards Cecilia Fair. Okay, we can actually see numbers here. They have 1 through 5 knights, 1 through 5 archers, and 6 through 10 footmen. That is a considerably tougher fight than what we have had up to this point. Okay, well, we'll do the best we can here. First of all, we'll do this road sign. +50 experience points, +1 movement for a duration of 1 round. Okay. Alright, here goes nothing. Fingers crossed. As Cecilia's troops approached Flint Hills, a force of well-armed soldiers wearing no barony's colors come out to meet them. Knights, archers, you're no ordinary bandit force. I've always wanted to kill a wielder. Well, that wasn't very nice. You won't be the first upstart knight I've defended. Excuse me. You won't be the first upstart knight I've defeated. Okay. So they're all going to be here in the middle. I think I like this as my starting position for my rangers and for these rangers as well. And we'll get him up here to help defend them. We'll get him down here to help defend them. All right, manual battle. Okay, so Now we've not done quite as well at winning the initiative, unfortunately. But at least it looks like it's their melee unit here that goes second, which is less of a concern because he's going to have to take some time. In fact, it looks to me like this that unit right there is blocking his way past the barricade. That's how it looks to me. So let's go ahead and on his turn here, on this guy right here, these rangers, on his turn, I'm going to have him step back up to here. And so I'm not going to move this guy forward quite this far because he really only needs to move to where that ranger is right now. So let's move to here and end our turn. I'm just now noticing this like a little blue streak that runs up to here that shows me that we're gaining order with each of our different units. So now the same thing here. You are going to shoot. I guess you're going to shoot from where you are. So we're just going to move him to here for now. Oh dear. I didn't realize my turn, as soon as I finished moving, it was going to go to their turn. Oh well, nothing to be done about it. So I lost 2 of my rangers right there. Alright, well, it is what it is. We can kill 3 through 5 of them. We can kill... Oh, they're outside range. Ranged attacks resist... Oh, he's resistant to ranged attacks. And he's on high ground. Oh no, we're on high ground. So we wouldn't even kill a single one of them. Oh, I can now see momentum. He's got momentum. It's plus 10 melee offense, plus 10 ranged offense, and plus 10 defense. Okay, that's good to know. Now to figure out exactly how you get momentum. So, ranged attacks resistance. What about you? 17 offense versus 20 defense is a minus 1%. All right, this obviously looks like the thing to do. Okay, there's 1 left. He's come charging forward. Let's go ahead and get you. Okay, you can hit anybody, any of us. So let's go ahead and move you forward to here. If I can get him to waste an entire attack against this single footman, then it would be worth losing him in order to prevent a lot of extra damage to this stack of footmen. So we're going to kind of move him into an area of vulnerability. Okay, he just broke a barricade. Interesting. Okay, now you... This looks like it might still be high ground right there. Or I could do this. If I do this, I should be able to move to here, and then I'll get the high ground, being able to attack that there. So let's do that. Let's give you +1 movement. And yes, indeed, you can move as far as here. 42 to 105, you have the high ground. 16 offense versus 32 defense. Wow. And he's going to retaliate. Okay, so I killed 1 of him. He killed 1 of me in retaliation. Now you're only going to kill 1? Really? Or we could kill... Why are we doing so little? They have ranged attacks resistance too. Because of the shield, I guess? Do we have ranged attack resistance? I wonder. If I hover over you... Ranged resistance, 50%. Sure enough, okay. So the militia that we fought before were quite a bit easier to shoot from a distance than these guys are. Well, let's go ahead and take this guy out. Oh, okay. There we go. I saw momentum popped up. Okay, so... Alright, so it looks like you get momentum from finishing off a stack. So we actually got momentum from killing that stack, and then again from killing this stack. Now, you... I see no reason not to run you forward. We could do pacify on him. I'm not sure that it's really worth it, but I'm going to save my essence. Oh, no, I've got plenty of essence. Yeah, let's try it. Let's go ahead and pacify him. And you can run... He actually can't reach us. Alright, we're going to run a little test here and find out. Does pacify last until his next attack, or does it only last for one round? Let me pull this up. Pacify, 1 troop turn. Okay, so never mind, that was a waste. It was a waste of essence, but that's fine. That's going to happen sometimes. Okay, let's end our turn here. He's running forward. Sure enough, he did not get to attack us. We now don't have enough essence to do it again. Oh, but he's still pacified. Yeah, he's still pacified. Okay, so it hasn't been the end of this turn yet. Very good, very good. Let's go ahead and attack. Okay, we killed 4. I don't think he killed any of us. We're getting... Do you have pacify? I'm sorry, do you have momentum? I can no longer tell if we have momentum. Alright, anyway, 3 to 4 killed here. Nice. Alright, well that fight was definitely trickier than the first 2, but we lost 2 and 2. I can live with that. Yeah, and we killed 16 total of them. Yeah, I'll definitely take that. And we gained a level. Okay. Unlocks the ability to bring 5 troops with you in your army. Well, I could actually combine these footmen back into a single stack, which means we still have 2 open slots. I'm a little bit more inclined to do... Let's lean into guard a little bit, maybe. Okay. What do we have here? We have a peasant hut and we have a farmhouse. Let's go visit the farmhouse, maybe? Oh, hello. A crowd of peasants led by a village elder came out to greet Cecilia as her force entered Flint Hills. Okay. I have defeated the rebels and restored Flint Hills to the protection of Stoutheart, as is my duty. Now, who among you will tell me what happened? Those knights and their soldiers appeared recently and armed all the local troublemakers. They seized our quarries and mines and started sending the shipments south towards Barkspur, where their patron waits. And none of you stood against them? None of you sent word to the local warden or to Springhold? No, milady. We were afeared for our lives. We sent a messenger to Hope's Glade, which is in orange, but I don't know what that means, other than it's probably a location on this map, to warn them and ask for help, but the messenger never returned. Okay. Remember this moment the next time you are made the offer of independence. I will always protect the barony from threats within and without. Join my forces, and together we will restore order to this territory. We'll heed the call to arms of Stoutheart, as we did for your father before you. There are able-bodied recruits in the peasant hut. Updated objective, investigate Hope's Glade. Okay. So there's the peasant hut. We were on our way to the farmhouse. Claimed farmhouse receiving 75 gold per turn. Oh, okay. And then from this gold mine, what are we getting? I don't remember exactly. I think something up here. Owned buildings information. Okay, so the farmhouse... The farmhouse has given us 75. If I hover over it, it's not telling me what it does. It just shows me where it is if I click on it. Okay. Well, clearly we just saw that that was 75, so clearly that one right there is worth 500. So, mystery solved. What is research information? Grand Armory. Research how to craft stronger weapons and armors for the troop. Okay. Troops, excuse me. Human research. Human troop improvements. So this is... Okay, interesting. And human troop movements. Okay, I don't quite get the difference, but then we have an academy here. Research how to get more from the peasants without breaking their backs. A strong economy is a strong barony. Okay. Economy research. Cost tier 1 is 5 Glimmerweave, 5 Ancient Amber, and 5 Celestial Ore. Alright, well, very interesting. Wielder research. Order within, all wielders gain Essence of Order. Okay. And human research. Just like that's human research. I don't quite get it, but whatever. Plus 10 max troop size to militia and sappers. Okay. Alright, well, clearly we'll worry about that later because we're not doing any research right now, I don't guess. Alright, so the peasant hut here. Well, first of all, can I do this? I can. It was as easy as just dragging. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and click on the peasant hut here. Okay, we can afford... We could afford 48, huh? Do we want to spend all of our money on this? I'm actually going to say no. Let's spend half of our money more or less here for now. In case we have a need for some more money for something else. Okay, and then we have a blacksmith here. The smith generously parts with her latest work, an archer's helmet. Okay, so if I look at my character sheet here, we've got a +4 defense. Very good, okay. We've got a stone deposit. Receiving +2 stone each round. So here we can see our income. So we're getting +575, we're getting +2. Okay, we have a pile of stone right here, but we're done for this turn, apparently. Okay, so we're up to 5 stone, whatever that means. We have another stone deposit and another pile of stone. Claim the quarry is optional, okay. I see no reason not to do that. They were right here. Another pile of stone, okay. Cozy tavern down here. Can we go over this way? No, it looks like this is blocked off. So that's like a cliffside or a palisade, or looks like a cliffside. I'm going to go with cliffside. Okay. Let's go ahead and head down here to... Okay, looks like we have to go around the trees to get there. We'll head to the Cozy Tavern. And we're getting kind of close to an hour here. This kind of feels like maybe a good place to wrap up this first episode, because we've just claimed our town. Ooh. Yeah, we're getting more money now. Maybe we ought to get more peasants before we leave this area. I was kind of hoping that maybe there would be another source of recruiting here. It just says source of power here. Well, now... Yeah, let's end. We're not going to end quite yet. We're going to go back up here to the peasant hut next turn. We're going to recruit some more here. Okay, so this will take us up to 50. We could afford another 6 on top of that. I guess not. I guess I'll leave it at that. Just in case we find more troops to join us on the road. And then we'll head down here. The tavern fills any army with energy and vigor, plus 5 movement for 2 turns. Down here we've got another Aurelian milestone. Now this I feel like is the same thing as what we saw over here. Where is it? Aurelian milestone. Yeah, so okay. So that's going to boost our movement as well. Interesting. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move the maximum extent for this turn. We can see already another bridge. At least there's no trolls or another rebel roadblock guarding it. Ooh, hello. No available path. No, yeah, we can see the ancient ruins, but okay, so this whole thing is a cliffside. That's stopping us from going over there. Okay, all right, got it. And this is how far we can move. All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and end it there for this first episode. So kind of gives me and everybody else a little bit of a taste of this game. It does feel very similar to Heroes of Might and Magic. If the graphics appeal to you, I think a lot of people would like this game. If the graphics don't appeal to you, I feel like the strategy is pretty compelling. It's clearly not quite as involved. It's going to play much faster than Warhammer or Age of Wonders, but there's definitely stuff here, definitely a lot to like, and I'm quite interested to see, the story, because, story's kind of my thing. So, yeah, I'm quite interested to find out how well written the story is. But in any case, that is all going to have to wait for at least one more episode. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. But yeah, give this one a try if it looks halfway interesting to you. And thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.